What did you do?
Hello, guys. Welcome to Tabs Hope Up channel. Again, Tabs Hope Up channel. We are here to give you nothing but hope. We are here to tell everyone out there is no room to give up, no room to give up hope. And in case you feel like you are at your dead end, just to know your tomorrow will be better. Your tomorrow will be brighter. Today we have a very beautiful guest, a phenomenal woman. I love her story, and I will let her introduce herself. Aris, karibu sana.
Thank you, Tabs. Hey, guys. My name is Alice Booth, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to the interaction on this forum.
Thank you again, Alice. I will say it is an honor to have you. Thank you for gracing my channel. And the main reason for bringing you here is because my channel is all about giving people hope. I have read your book. I have seen your story on Kutu. And so I believe you are that woman who will give another person out there who has given up hope, a person who is suffering, let's say, cancer or any other kind of a critical disease and they think they don't deserve to see tomorrow. Any woman out there desiring to have a child, I believe you are that beautiful woman to tell us or to tell a woman out there not to give up.
Yes. I
Alice, oh yeah, I had lost you, sorry.
Oh,
So
sorry, I was going back on my earphones.
please tell us who you are and where you are from.
So I am, like I've said, I'm Alice Booth. Alice Irungu Booth, actually. Irungu is my dad, and Booth is my husband. I am from Kenya. I grew up in Samburu. Um, yes, in Samburu, north of the country.
Mhm.
I lost my first husband, father to my three children, and then I met my current husband online, and so we moved here in 2019. And yeah, it's been an amazing journey.
Wow, wow, awesome. So originally you are from Samburu.
I grew up in Samburu. My parents are actually from Nyeri, but we grew up in Samburu. They live
Oh,
in
yeah,
Samburu.
because I can see Irongo and then Samburu. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's why I'm
yeah, but that's where I grew. Yeah, that's where I grew up.
yeah, I'm so sorry for the loss of your husband, and I'm also happy for you that because God
Yeah.
gave you a husband much later. So tell us, how was your life like
Yeah.
when you were growing up?
That was interesting. Just a normal kid, uh,
Mm.
running to school, playing kati,
Yeah.
Yeah, life was really fun just growing up, no responsibilities as a child. I can't say I had a hard childhood.
Okay.
You know, um, I remember my childhood as a happy one.
And
Yeah.
okay, growing up in Samburu, I do understand like Samburu is kind of a remote, one of those poorer remote area. So how was life like? Was it like hard walking long distance to school? And by the way, you were able to go to school, right? During those days.
Hmm.
Because we do understand
Yeah.
most of Samburu girls don't go to school. Is it right or I'm wrong?
Yeah, a lot of the girls don't go to school, but I am not a Samburu myself, so we didn't like follow the Samburu culture. We just grew there and could see the culture there, but it didn't like affect me.
Okay.
But yeah, so going to school just like any other rural area, you don't like hop on a bus like in the city or there are school buses. You just have to walk to school. And I
Okay.
remember would walk to school. There were many poor kids going to the same school, and many of them did not have shoes, which I thought was fun. So I would often also go to school without shoes. My mom, of course, would beat me up, but I would always find way because I thought it was fun. When kids are growing up, others will come to school because they don't have shoes, and the rest of you, and that's why I love kids. They just want to be equal.
Yeah.
So for us, it wasn't an issue if other kids don't have shoes. It's like, why do I have shoes and others don't have? So you want to be the same. So that was the fun part of growing up.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, now you joined school. You went up to primary school, and then which high school did you go to?
I went to a high school run by nuns called St. Teresa Secondary School in Wamba. It's still a part of Samburu, an even
Okay.
more remote part of Samburu.
Mm-hmm.
But the Catholic missionaries had made a nice hub for the community. So there was a hospital, there was a nursing school, and the
Oh,
school I
wow.
went to, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a mission school, a very good school actually. It was a very competitive school, and everyone in Sambut wanted the girls to go there.
Wow. So those days you
Yeah,
went to Catholic school.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Even
You
my
are like.
primary school was a Catholic school, but
Mhm.
it was taken over by the government, I guess, when you were still in the lower or mid primary, I can't remember. But when I
Mhm.
joined it, it was run by the Catholic nuns. They were still in the background because they were still running the boarding part of the school.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah.
All right. And then after high school, did you join college, or what did you do after high
Sorry,
school?
okay, come again. There was some kind
Oh,
of
I'm sorry. I
disconnection. I
was.
didn't get it.
Yeah, my question was, after high school, did you join college? Were you able to join college, or how was your life?
So after high school, I was among the top students who graduated in our class. So we joined Kenyatta University. My best friend and I were actually in the same uh, in the same course, so to
Uh-huh.
speak. So
Yeah.
we joined the Kenyatta University. We were admitted to pursue an education degree, and
Okay.
I was studying English and literature. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, no wonder your book here tell it all. Your English is so flawless.
Yeah,
So I
thank you.
get it now. I get it. Okay, now
Oh,
tell
thank
us
you.
after campus, did you get a job as a teacher? Did you get married? Did you get kids? Yeah, take us through your journey.
So yes, so in college I did meet a guy who was in the same English literature class as me, and we got married shortly after college. And in our ear,
Mhm.
sorry, let me. In our
Right.
ear, they did not send us out as teachers. That was actually the year that they cut off. Because before that, if you did study education, you would
Mhm.
automatically be sent be hired by the TSC
Oh,
automatically, like as soon as you graduated with your degree education. So we were the unlucky lot that that the year before us was the last year they sent guys out for jobs. And so
mm-hmm.
when we graduated, we had to hustle. It was not, yeah, there were no direct TSC jobs. So I went to
Mm-hmm.
work in Samburu in the same school that I had studied in St. Teresa's.
In high school.
And that's where I got, yeah, no, but yes. So, but yeah, I worked for a bit. Then I got a baby. I came back. I came back and got raised the baby. Then
Mm-hmm.
I went back.
That's
Charging.
fine.
This one is being a nuisance. Then I went back to teach the same school after maybe a year or so. Charging. Yes, maybe after a year or so, I went back to the same school, and that's where I got my second child. Yeah.
Oh,
Say
okay.
hi.
So,
Hi.
hi, baby.
Okay, be still. Yeah, and don't make noise. Just be there and say hi. Yes. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So by this time you having kids, you are already now married. You met your husband in Samburu
Yes.
or in? Oh, okay. So how
in
was your
college.
marriage
In
like?
college, marriage was just the okay, we were in a long for a bit of time on a long distance relationship because now I was working in my former school and my husband was working in Nairobi,
Oh,
and
okay.
the journey to Samburu was not anything that you wanted to write home about. A lot has improved right now as we talk,
Mhm.
because I think they've paved, they've tarmacked the roads and stuff. But before that, it was a hassle. So it was a bit of a challenge with me
Mhm.
raising two very young kids in the heart of Samburu and my husband working in Nairobi and the commute back and forth. So yeah, it was a normal marriage except for those challenges. But finally, my husband said, "No, no, no, this cannot go on." So at this time, I have to say that I had already been employed by the TSA. I was no longer in the same school I used to work with, but I was still in the same place,
Good.
but in a different school working for the TSC. Yeah, so
Okay.
my husband just said, no, the children, it's not working. So I quit my TSC job and joined him in Nairobi.
Oh, wow. And by then you had two kids. Now you have moved in with your
I had
husband in
two small
Nairobi.
kids. Yeah,
And did you get a
yeah.
job in Nairobi or that you decided to be a stay-home mom?
I did get a job in Kianda school.
Okay. Oh, wow. I know Canada.
Yeah, that was yeah. So I was lucky. My husband was working in Brightside and I was working in Kianda school. So that was
Okay.
a lucky break. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
But I was no longer now employed by the government.
oh, okay. Okay, you have told us you lost your husband, and I'm so sorry about that. So, at what age did you lose your husband, and what happened to him?
He just turned 34 years actually, like 3 weeks or a month before his death. And he
Mhm.
had been diagnosed with a heart ailment called rheumatic heart disease. And they had also operated on him at Kenyatta National Hospital. But
Mhm.
he developed some complications after like 4 months after the open heart surgery, and so he passed on after 4 months of the surgery.
Oh,
Yeah.
so and how old were you? I'm sorry to ask
I
you.
lost. Okay, yeah,
How
I
old
was
were you?
33.
And how old
He
were
was
your kids?
34. He was 34, and I was 33. My eldest was 8.
Mhm.
My second born was 6, and I had a small baby who was not 2 yet. He hadn't turned 2.
Wow. So, how did you handle the loss of your husband at that young age with little baby to raise?
Mhm.
How was life like?
It was hard. It was lonely. It was, now you just thrust into that role of a single mother and you have to fend for the children. You have to be there emotionally. You have to be the support system now. So it wasn't easy. Yeah, it was not easy.
And did you get support from your family in the in that?
Yeah, my father-in-law had passed away before my husband, but my mother-in-law is there and my sisters-in-law, and they're very, very, very supportive. We're in very good relations. Good, yeah.
Mm.
My in-laws have always been very kind, supportive. They've always been in the picture. Taji, you're going to drop my laptop again. Yeah, yeah. This one.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't even know where she went in this YouTube. Oh, oh my goodness, Taji, please. What is this? I'm so sorry. Just give me a minute. I sort her out.
Take your time.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you want to do? Where is the... Go bring your tablet. There you go. Here. Please don't move from this page, Charlie. There. Yeah. And don't drop my laptop again.
Rolls along. And now you know, education is key.
Yeah, hopefully that will keep her a bit busy for a few minutes.
Okay, now you have lost your husband at a very young age. You have kids to raise now all by yourself, but you have told us your family was there and your
Yeah.
in-laws were there. But so far, what I know,
Yeah.
majority people after the loss, they do suffer depression or isolation. They feel lonely and all that. Did you at any particular time suffer depression?
No,
No.
I did not. I thank God. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was good at seeing pointers of when I would just be feeling low, and so I never allowed myself to go there.
Okay, great. I am sorry, Aris. I know I'm trying to really move fast because I know we have a daughter here with you and she need your attention, she
Yeah,
need your
that's
time.
it.
I'm really trying to put your interview really fast, but so I will encourage anyone out there who is watching us. Alice has a book. You can get it from Amazon, right? Because I got this one from Amazon. You can buy this book from Amazon and get to read the whole story of Alice, what she went through. It is an encouraging and a very touching story. I love this book. I read it within 24 hours. Like I couldn't put it down. It's so sweet. So if you are out there, support our sister Alice by buying this book, not only by supporting her, this book will encourage you. She went through a lot, and I am sorry because of time we're not going to discuss each and every detail. So that's why I'm asking you guys to buy this book from Amazon.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
now,
also available in Kenya for
oh,
those who
okay.
are in Kenya.
Where in Kenya?
Yeah.
You telling them where they can get it in Kenya?
So the books are available they're available in Naivas supermarket. They're available in a bookshop called Writers Guild. Writers Guild is in oh dear, what is the name of the house? I will try and remember the house. And I also have a guy who delivers the books. So if
Oh,
somebody is interested, they can always inbox me
all right. Okay, perfect.
on my messenger.
Okay, guys, mumesikia kwenye mnaweza pata hii kitabu. So please buy the book, buy this book. You will really get inspired and encouraged. Sawa sawa. Okay, Alice, you have lost a husband, you have kids, and after that, I know you got sick. Please take us through that journey. Since
Yeah,
since
so
and how you went through it.
yeah,
Hi,
so for
Sally.
4 years, yeah. So
Mhm,
I was just working and raising the kids, and just in general doing the best I could to raise my children, by myself. And then one day I felt a lump in my neck, and I went to the hospital, and they sent me to a doctor, to a specialist. So they
mhm,
removed this lump. They removed it at Nairobi Hospital, and they took it to a for pathology or whatever they call it.
mhm.
And this took like about a week. And so when the results came back, they said I had a cancer called Hodgkin's lymphoma. So my friend encouraged me to just go for a second opinion, and I really wanted to do a PET scan, and
Mhm.
those were not available in Kenya. So that's how I traveled to India to seek further guidance and treatment. Yeah, that was in 2014,
Mhm.
and it's that day that I turned 40 years. Same day that I landed in India, same morning. Yeah.
So when you got the news, how did you take it? You are now a widow. You have
Well,
kids.
it's not, yeah, yeah. So it's not news that you actually want, you definitely want to hear, So it
Mhm.
was a shock. It was a big shock to me, and yeah, so it was quite devastating news, to say the least. Yeah.
Did you at one particular time felt like this is my end, or your hopes were high, like you were high?
No, so I had to talk to the doctor, my doctor who was my oncologist. So I said, "Tell me about this disease, and how bad is it? How?" So she really, really encouraged me and said, "This is a disease that is very, very treatable, and we've got. I mean, it's very treatable at all stages. And for you, we've even caught it even much earlier." And so that really encouraged me, and so it helped. I got also the courage to go online and search a little bit more for information, and what I
Mhm.
found encouraged me. So yeah, so that encouraged me to find that it wasn't as terrible as I thought.
Oh, okay. But now
Yeah.
you have gone to India for treatment. Were you alone, or did you get someone to travel with you? And how was the
I
process?
went with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I went with a friend and my brother, my younger brother.
Okay.
Those ones traveled with me, and we were there for a week. So they did the PET scan, and they were very, very quick. And
Mm-hmm.
they're very, very good. I really was impressed because by the time we landed, they had already organized for us. And by the way, we traveled in three different flights.
Oh.
My friend traveled on a different flight. I traveled on a different flight. It was just a crazy time of, arrangements. And yeah, my brother came the following day because of his vaccines. He couldn't get his yellow fevers and polios on time. But
Mm-hmm.
they were very good in organizing. There was always somebody waiting for us. My friend and I coincidentally landed at about 50 minutes apart. So by the time I cleared, she was already there. And so we were able to be picked up by the cab that the hospital had sent for us and drive us almost 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, into the hospital from the airport. So they were always good about all those logistics. There was already a place for us to sleep. We have guest houses, so they are really efficient. I don't know if they're that efficient with their own people or it's just the international tourists. It's medical tourism, so they're very good. But somebody came the same day to draw my blood work, and I didn't even have to go to the lab. They came to our room, and the
Oh,
very following morning, somebody came for me, and I did the PET scan and met some other Kenyans. I made friends with a lot of Kenyans actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it
Okay,
was
now,
yeah.
okay, I'm sorry to cut you short. Now you have been diagnosed with the disease, and then you have to go to India. You have your kids that obviously you're not going to travel with them. Did you sit them down? Did you explain to them what was
Mhm.
going on, or you decided like maybe after?
Yeah, I decided after I just give them a basic of going for checkups and stuff. My eldest daughter was in class 8, so she was sitting her KCP that year, and I didn't want to disrupt anything for her. So I
Okay,
had to be very careful about the kind of information that I gave them. So yeah,
okay, good. Okay, now
yeah,
you're in India. You have started all the procedures, the blood work, and all that. How
yeah.
long did you stay in India?
I just stayed for a week.
Oh, just a week.
So, like I said, yeah, they were very efficient and everything was just moving very fast and they arranged for everything. We didn't like have to go to, you know, long queues. I mean, there were very long queues of Indians. Some were even sleeping in the halls there. So I think they just gave us privilege because we're international patients.
Okay.
And so they arranged everything. Somebody would just come for us and would take us straight to, whatever places we needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so the doctors actually came to our room. There was a time we went to see some different doctors, but my main doctor came to our room and explained that this is the procedure. So we will start you on the first round of chemo, and then
Mm-hmm.
we'll see how that goes. So we did that, and after that, I think in the evening he came and said, "You don't have to stay here. You can carry your medication," because I had chemo every 2 weeks. You see, just buy your medication here because it's cheaper, and go and
Mm-hmm.
have it done in Kenya. And then after you're done, come back for another PET scan. We see how you're doing. So that was
Mm-hmm.
I was very happy about that because within a week we had done whatever we needed to do, and we were back home. We were back on a flight back home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when you went back to Kenya, you continued with the chemotherapy, right?
Yeah, every 2 weeks I would go to Mpisha and
Mm-hmm.
I had my medication with me that I
Mm-hmm.
had bought in India. So
Okay.
I would just pay for the hospital. Actually, the first few ones the insurance would cover until the medical insurance ran out, and
Mm-hmm.
then but because I had my medication, it was cheaper than if I was buying it almost three times the price. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And how was the healing process like? I am asking you this because we have seen so many cancer patients, I mean, losing hope. I mean, some instead of getting better, it get worse. So how was yours like? Was it a positive journey? Was it smooth?
Yeah, so with cancer and with sometimes they say cancer is just a word to describe many different diseases because different kinds of cancers have different kinds of treatments and different
Mhm,
kinds of outcomes.
mhm,
And so some of these medications can make people very ill, but I thank God that I was on a very mild dose of whatever it was.
mhm.
And looking at me, you'd never know I was going through anything. I did lose my hair, of course, and but other than that, I added a bit of weight because of the steroids they had to give me to control some of the side effects. But other than that, I was actually just myself completely. I would get I mean, the day that they put the chemo, I couldn't do anything, obviously, and they pump a lot of drugs to make me sleepy and drowsy and stuff. So I'll just be out of it, and I would be receiving the chemo for like
Mhm.
6 hours. I don't, and then so the first usually they would do it on a Friday,
Okay.
and so I'd rest through the weekend, and by Monday I'll be at work. I was completely so I thank God because I had a mild form of cancer or a cancer that's very treatable. And I was also probably on the low spectrum of chemo drugs as far as the strength and the world is concerned. I was very lucky. So yeah, I didn't have too much severe side effects.
And okay, thank you so much for that, Alice. I may ask you because you had to go back to India. After how long did they confirm that you are now a cancer free?
So I went back after they gave me treatments for 8 rounds. That was 16 weeks because it was after every other week.
Mm-hmm.
So after I was done with this, I went back and they said, for good measure, we can't really detect cancerous cells anymore, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes cancer can hide. And just
Mm-hmm.
for good measure, they added 4 more rounds of chemo,
Mm-hmm.
which I came back home. I didn't even do a single one in India that time. I just took the medication, and within a week, less than a week, I was back home. So
Mm-hmm.
I continued with the treatment, and then I went back after the 4 cycles, and they said, They did say that after I cleared those four cycle, they might decide to do radiation or stuff. But when I went back, they say you don't need any further treatment. Everything
Great.
is just done. And that was the last time that I had cancer treatment. So within a couple of months, maybe 6, it would have been faster. I probably the whole thing would have lasted about 6 months, but because I was working, I wasn't going to India as soon as I finished the education. But if I was going as soon as I finished, the whole thing would probably have taken 6 months between the first time the starting the treatment, and that is not really typical of cancer. It's just that I was lucky that I got one that was not very aggressive, one that could be treated, mildly, and also I have to say, with cancer, you have to really keep a very positive outlook. You have to really be very positive.
Yeah.
Your mind is one of your biggest uh, assets,
Mm-hmm.
or what is the opposite of asset. It can Your mind can help you in the healing journey or can help you deteriorate. So
It's true.
that's something I like to tell people, that with cancer, it's as much as a battle of the body as it is of the mind. So yeah, those who get cancer and determine they are going to win that battle from the word go, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of those are the ones who also make it,
Yeah,
because
true.
it's very much a battle of the mind as well.
Okay. Now, with cancer, I know it is very financial constraint sometimes. Did you ever suffer financial like outbreak? Like you didn't have
Oh
finances for your
yeah.
medication or to go for chemo or
Oh,
did?
oh yeah. I always had, because my insurance would ran out quickly,
Okay.
and but there were always friends. God always made a way, but the whole cancer journey did have a very big financial implication for me. So I lagged in a lot of areas in paying school fees for my children. I thank God that the schools were very understanding, and so I never lacked money for the chemo. My friends and family were always very, very supportive, and
Awesome.
they helped me a lot with this. But
Mm-hmm.
there were also other areas that lagged behind, suffered, and it took me time to catch up with all this. Yeah.
Oh wow. We're so happy for you so far. The journey has been good. And
Yeah.
so which hospital confirmed to you that you're now cancer free? Was it India or MPCHA?
It was India. The MP Shah and my oncologist in Kenya, they were just doing like follow up. Uh, my main doctor was actually in India, so because that's where I would go and do the PET scans.
Hmm.
Amen. Yes, that's where I would go and do the PET scans. Yeah, so that's where they
Amen.
confirmed.
Hi. Hi, sweetie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. So that's where they confirmed that it was, the cancer was gone.
Okay. You wanna talk to us, baby?
Yeah.
You wanna say something? Hi, cute.
You want to say something? Say hello. Say hello.
Hello. Hi, baby. Hi, cutie. I lost you guys. Hi.
What are you saying? Say hi. Okay, baby. Yeah.
Okay, now you went to India, they confirmed to you that you're now cancer free. I can imagine that the happiness, that was in you, your whole family, and I'm so happy for you. by that, congratulations again. Of course, it's everybody wishes to see someone going through such a tough journey and coming out, a victor. Now tell us, and I'm really sorry. I know you have to do this, even though you have your daughter with you. And can you please unmute yourself? I'm sorry, guys. I have lost my guest. Sasa Sali, Mambo. Thank you so much. Thank you, Naomi, for watching. My guest is back. So let's continue. Please, guys, mu understand. Akona mtoi.
Yes, we have had to move. Yeah, sorry, we have had to move and take her somewhere where she can play with her toys.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Now, Alice, now you have been confirmed you are cancer-free, but I remember there is you got from your doctor.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said
no. Sit here. Biba. Biba. Okay, sit there. Sit there, sweetie. Yeah, we have to keep moving.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm saying after you are confirmed cancer-free, there is also this devastating news you got from your doctor, right? About not having a child. Am I wrong or am I right?
Actually, it was not devastating to me at all. I didn't care whether I would ever get other children. I mean, I had 3. I didn't have a husband. So, so what they said is that so when my doctor came to tell me, about treatment procedure that was going to happen before the first chemo, he said if I wanted to, I could consider freezing my eggs. I remember that's what he said. To freeze my eggs because the chemo would destroy my eggs. I said, well, I really don't care about the eggs.
Okay.
I was done. I already had 3 kids here, so it was really not devastating to me. I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, now Alice.
Yes, so I just told him,
Alice, you were able
Yeah,
to
sorry.
find.
What's happening is that there is a delay in communication. I think that's why. So I'm sorry for cutting you short. Please charge. Yeah.
That's okay. Alice, tell us. Hi, baby. Hi. Tell us. Now, after fighting cancer and you became a victor or a victorious, it's so happy for you. How did you meet your husband? Because now we understand you're married. Tell us a little bit of how you met your husband and how you came to America.
So in 2017,
and
I
also,
decided I was, yeah.
Also tell us how you got your baby because your doctor had said something different. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So in 2017, I came to the US to visit. My sister lives here, and I have friends who live here. So I came over to visit them. Luckily, I was granted a visa, a visiting visa. So I came over in 2017, and I was here for about 2.5 months. And in those 2.5 months, sometimes I just found myself with a lot of time on my hands. People would go to work. People are not going to stay 2.5 months to entertain me. So, so sometimes I'll just be alone in the house. And so, oh my goodness, that you do not destroy my schoolwork. Yeah, so I would find myself with a lot of time on my hands, and that's how I went back. I mean, I've been online dating for on and off, Sometimes
Okay.
I'll be on, I would check on dating website, but then when I came to visit and I found myself with time on my hands, so I would look at this or dating website, and there was a particular one that I had signed on a long time ago, probably 2 or so years back. But
Mm-hmm.
I kind of given up on it because guys were just in America, and a lot of people don't want to have long distance relationships. And then, but it had some kind of nice guys. It's called eHarmony. And so when I found myself at that time, I had not even known I would ever come to America. So I just forgot about it, So, but when I came here, I thought, maybe I can check it out, and I did. And I connected with my husband like 2 weeks before I went back home. So, like, even our meeting was very brief
Mm-hmm.
and very short, and um, yeah. I had met other people. I had gone out for a few days, but
Mm-hmm.
there was none that I thought was serious. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I met John, I thought he was a nice guy. We connected on many levels. So, but then I was just about to go back home.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we went on only one date because I was leaving the following weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but
You said
yeah,
you met him at Harmony, right?
eHarmony. Yeah.
E-Harmony. Girls, mnasikia? Wenye
Yeah.
mnasema mtafuta wazungu, go to E-Harmony.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, eHarmony is no longer available in Kenya, unlike the first time when I signed up. But if you're in the US, you can check it out, and Match.com is a good one. Yeah.
Okay, or
But
match
those
dot.
ones you are in, yeah, those also in Kenya can check OkCupid and Afro Romance, and yeah,
Mhm. Wow, thank you for sharing
those
that. I hope
kinds
they
of
are listening.
websites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope they are listening. Try your
Yeah.
luck, guys, and be careful too. Also, not everyone that is out there is good. So take your
Oh,
time to your
of
partner
course.
or the
Yeah.
partner you're going
Definitely.
to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you met him. You are going back in Kenya in 2 weeks. So did the relationship continue
I
from there?
was actually, yes, yes, it
It
did.
was
We
a long
kept on talking. That
time.
was in July. Yeah. Our first date was July 27 because he always remembers. I'm smiling because he's the one who's texting me. So anyway, I always remember because he always surprises me. He always makes sure he has something for 27th of July.
Oh wow.
So our first date was on 27th of July. And I think I left Kansas. I was going to go back to Virginia because that was Washington, Dallas was my port of exit.
Mhm.
And the friends I had initially come to visit before I came to Kansas to see my sister were in Virginia. So I was going back to Virginia, I
Mhm.
think, in 5 days' time after first meeting him. So he came out to the airport, and that. So we only had like one proper date, and then he came out to the airport to see me off, and
Mhm.
that was it. But then we kept in touch. We continued talking and talking, and thank God for technology.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we kept in touch. We would video, and yeah. So finally, in December, he came over to Kenya.
Okay.
And yeah, he came over for 10 days, and he was able, at least, were able to spend time getting
Good.
to know. But but that time he had talked to my kids a little bit on video.
Mhm.
But then that was now the substantial time we got to kind of get to know each other properly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he came home. Did you introduce him to your parents? Was it now
Yeah.
official?
I
Like
did.
you dating, or did you take the relationship to
Yes. Yes, it was official, and he met my family. He met my siblings, my parents, and when he came back, by February, he said he told me he had bought a ring for me, but he wanted to give it to me in person. So he bought me my next holiday because I was working in a school, so our vacations are school holidays. So my next holiday was just going to be a week, and it was going to be in April.
Mm-hmm.
So he bought me an air ticket for April. I came over, we got engaged. Then I went
Oh,
back and we started on so we started on our immigration journey.
mm-hmm.
Came back to visit again in December.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2019, the whole process now, we went for the immigration interview. The whole process, for those who are listening in, the immigration process takes time,
Yeah, yeah,
because some
true.
people think, oh, you got somebody, you go the following day. You have to
Yeah.
file, you have to wait. Yeah, so because we were on K1, which is fiance visa, we waited for 10 months. If we had gotten married, it would have been longer, even 2 years. Yeah. So in
Mm-hmm.
2019, we came over
Mm-hmm.
with the children. Yeah, and we got married a week after we arrived.
Oh,
Because in the K1 fiance visa, you have to get married within 90 days.
that's
So
true.
we
Yeah.
just went before a judge. It wasn't a big wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Just we went before a judge, and so we got married. And 2 months later, this one was conceived. It was a surprise, as you
Wow.
remember, the Indian doctors had wanted to freeze my eggs. I
Yeah,
said
true.
I didn't care. So we really weren't expecting. John doesn't have any kids, didn't have any biological kids of his own, but he said,
Mm-hmm.
you're coming with three, and God did promise me a family. So, yeah, he's fulfilled his promises. He's given me a wife and three kids. But then, so he was okay with, just raising the ones I had. But then God surprised us with this one. We didn't expect it, and we were okay with it. Yeah, but we are happy that God decided to surprise us.
Wow, I am so happy for you,
Yeah. No,
Alice.
you cannot
So
touch my phone. Yes. Yeah, thank you very much.
yeah, I wanna say thank you. Um, sorry for all the I am so happy for all the and
Yes,
thank you
I
so much.
go. Oh, yes, sorry, I lost you a little bit.
No, no, no. It's okay. It's okay, Alice. I will say thank you so much for sharing your story with us. It is an honor,
Thank
and I do really appreciate it. Even your, I mean, the effort coming here with your daughter. I know it is not an
Yeah,
easy thing, and I truly, truly appreciate.
thank you.
Guys, please understand me. We have to cut this really short because we have to take care of our baby. And so I will say again,
Yes.
if you want to catch this whole story, because we have left a lot out there, but it is all here in this book.
Yeah.
Grab this book. You can get it from Amazon if you are in the USA, but if you're in Kenya, she said you can get a book. You said Navas,
From
Naivas.
Ni- from Nivus, yeah, and I also have a guy who does distribution, so they can inbox me, and I
Okay,
can link them up with the guy here.
okay, guys. Do you see? Never too late. Never too late. um a story of loss, pain, and restoration. And seriously, I have seen, a lot of blessing following Alice. She got married, she have a beautiful daughter. You can all see her, even when the doctor had said otherwise. So we're so happy, Alice. Thank you, and I hope I hear from you again. Yes, baby.
Yes, thank you. I am hungry now. That's why she say yummy yummy.
Oh, yummy, yummy.
She
Baby, I let
wants to
you go have
she
something.
wants to eat. Yeah.
Okay, Alice, have a good day, and we will catch up again soon.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you again.
All
It's an
right.
honor to have you. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye bye. Bye.
Okay.